James White, estate agent from Yorkshire. Why do you think regulation will save the UK estate agency industry? Talk to me.
That's a really good question, Chris. I think that there needs to be more regulation of estate agents. And I'd start by saying that estate agents shouldn't be allowed to be property developers as well as estate agents. I have a real problem with estate agents working both sides of the fence. Imagine this scenario, going to value a house for a little old lady. If you're a property developer as well as an agent, there's always going to be the temptation that you'll be there for you.
That's what the Estate Agents Act 1979 was designed
but but it doesn't ban estate agents from being property developers. It tells you that you have to put all offers forward and you have to be honest. But I would go further and I would prevent estate agents from being property developers as well as those that act for the seller.
Strong words.
Well, it's born out of experience. I've come across agents in my time that have been to value houses and purchased them themselves or pushed them to a relative. And it really worries me that when that comes full circle and the public find out, it damages the image of the profession. But more than that, it damages the individual whose house it is now.
Okay, putting aside dodgy deals, which thank God are them very much in the minority, let's talk about the regulation. The fact is that all bosses will have to go to level 4. You've been in the industry 30 years. Are you prepared to put in the 50 to 100 hours worth of training to get your level 4?
Well, I'm already a member of the RICS, and I'm ASOC RICS, so I've got relevant qualifications already. I think this is about being prepared. So start preparing now. Start learning now. Put your staff through the qualifications now. Don't wait for the legislation to arrive and then panic. I do think it will persuade a lot of those who are approaching retirement to retire early. It will scare people out of the industry. And I think that's a shame because we will lose some talent who are just not prepared to get qualified. But coming from the very bottom of the profession, the new starters, I have today a young man sitting his National Association of Estate Agents apprenticeship exams today. And I'm really excited that we're setting him off right in the starting blocks to be qualified. I think that's really important.
Do you think it's fair and appropriate that the self-employed estate agents also have to go to level 4?
Yes, I do, yeah. For all of the reasons we've just talked about. Understanding of the Estate Agency Act, not working both sides of the fence, but also being qualified to give the best advice. Because whether people believe it or not, the home seller, the client, the landlord, they want advice from time to time, and you've got to be qualified in that advice. Just yesterday on LinkedIn, an estate agent posted a letter from a tenant back to a landlord, complaining that they'd not been given the relevant or the required 6 months notice that is prevalent in the current COVID environment. The agent put it out there because he didn't know that that was the current legislation. And I think if he was qualified, he would have known about that.
Where do you think the responsibility of the trade organisations like Property Mark, ARLA and National Association of Estate Agents should come in all this?
Well, I think that ARLA and the NEA over the years have morphed more into training organisations than they probably intended to when they started out. And I think that they should maintain that route. I think that ARLA and Property Mark, NEA, they're an excellent resource, an excellent tool. And if they could just focus on that for me, that would be the real benefit to the agency profession.
So basically you're saying that you strongly believe in regulation, estate agents should get behind it, the trade organisations should specialise on that, and more importantly, estate agents should really look at whether they're playing both sides of the fence, and regulation should be able to tie that one up.
I agree with all of that entirely.
Thank you for your time today.
You're welcome.